Buenas tardes. Es señora Tacas. Today's lesson is going to be using the colors or any other adjective with number agreement. So let's get going and start our slideshow, an introduction to grammatical number agreement.
Los colores. This is our next lesson on the colors. It's an introduction to grammatical number agreement. Before we start, let's review some of the basic concepts again. What is a noun? A noun is a person, place, thing, or an idea. And in Spanish we have learned that most nouns have a gender. They can be either feminine or masculine. What is an adjective? An adjective is a describing word. It's a word that can describe a noun. In Spanish, the adjectives have to have agreement with the noun. What does that mean? Well, it means that if the noun is feminine, the adjective has to be in its feminine form. And if it's masculine, the adjective has to be in its masculine form. It also means that if the noun is plural, the adjective needs to be in its plural form. And this lesson will review that last section, the adjectives in their plural form. What is grammatical number agreement? Grammatical number agreement is just a fancy word to indicate that if a noun is singular, the adjective needs to be in its singular form. On the other hand, if the noun is plural, the adjective needs to be in its plural form. Let's review the concepts of singular and plural. What is singular? What does it mean? Well, it means that you only have one of something. You have one ball, one pencil, one desk, one chair, or there is only one girl. What is plural? Plural means that you have more than one. So you will have two, or three, or four, or a million. It's anything that is more than one. Now, the next important step is to learn how to construct the plural words. If the word ends in a vowel, as A, E, I, O, U, all you have to do is add the S. We have uva to uvas, café to cafés. If the word ends on a consonant, though, instead of just adding the S, we have to add ES. Reloj, relojes. Pared, paredes. But what happens if that consonant is the letter Z? We would have to exchange that letter Z for the letter C, and then we would add our ES. Look at the example. From lápiz to lápices. Additionally, if the word ends in ION, SION, or ON with the written accent, we would also add the ES because the N is a consonant, but we would remove that written accent. One of those examples is with the color marrón. From marrón, it changes to marrones, but we remove the written accent. The process for forming the plural of words works both for nouns or adjectives. We follow the same pattern. Colors are adjectives. We learned about the feminine and masculine form of the colors. Now we will learn how to change these colors from their singular to their plural form so they're in agreement with the noun. Let's look at the colors again. We have rojo, negro, blanco, rosa, amarillo, púrpura, verde, café, crema, violeta, morado, dorado, plateado, anaranjado, rosado. All of these colors end on a vowel. So all we have to do is add an S. So to form the plural, we add the letter S. Next we have the colors gris and azul. They both end on a consonant. So all we have to do is add ES to make them plural. Last but not least, we have marrón, which we saw earlier on our slideshow. We add the ES and then we remove the written accent. Let's explain it a bit further with some examples. What does it all mean? It means that when the color is describing more than one noun, you have to use it in its plural form. On the sentence, las paredes son blancas, the walls are white. Paredes is not only a feminine word, but it's also plural. So what happens with our color? Because it is a feminine word, it will use the feminine form of the color, and it will also use its plural form. So it will be blancas, blancas. Let's try another example. Los lápices son azules. The pencils are blue. Lápices is not only a masculine word, but it's also in its plural form. So the describing word, which is azules, is a neutral color, so we don't have to worry about changing it from female to masculine or anything like that. All we need to do is put it in its plural form. We add the ES and it becomes azules. Los lápices son azules. Let's work with some examples. Fill in the blank with the correct form for the color. Remember, we are using the plural form. The doors are black. Las puertas son. What's the correct answer? Black in its plural form. If you guess negras, you are correct. Negras, plural and feminine form. The windows are yellow. Las ventanas son. What's the plural form for yellow? If you guess amarillas, you are correct. Amarillas is plural and it's in the feminine form. The tables are green. Las mesas son. What's the correct form for green? The correct form is verdes. Verdes. The clocks are white. Los relojes son. What's the correct form for white? Plural, masculine form. That would be blancos. Blancos. Next example is the desks are pink. Los escritorios son. What's the correct answer? If you said rosados, you are correct. Rosados. The ceilings are orange. Los techos son. What's the correct form for orange? Yes, correct. Anaranjados. You've successfully completed another one of our virtual lessons. Buen trabajo. If you need to review any section of our slideshow, go back and just play that slide. See you in class.